Jacob. So
this dude showing up with a freaking 10
There's
ton.
so much, and even if we had more, I don't think it.
oh my god.
Vaughn Gittin just does a burn.
No, that is that
Oh,
Vaughn?
no, I like this.
You also have gigantic hands.
In that car right now. We didn't fly all the ways here to watch you walk around in a sling.
Believe it or not, if you use Podcast 25 right now, when you're buying FD merch, you're going to save 20%. 20% on it. Now, listen, there's a couple of caveats to this. This is for online only. So you got to buy it online. It's for any customer, but you get one shot at it, one use per customer. So if you're going to go all out on merch, this is the time. Podcast 25 at checkout, 20% off your order. Absolutely crazy.
All right. This is definitely the most unique podcast I've ever done, so I appreciate it. I want to start off by small gift. So that is, in case you do get cold in Florida, those are the hats.
Thank you.
You don't have to open. I spoiled the gift for you. But I appreciate it. I should have got a margarita. I feel bad now. But Juan, what is your go-to?
I usually get the ribeye.
Okay. I think I might do the same.
Ribeye's pretty good.
Yeah.
But since it is kind of an early lunch, I probably won't go as big as I usually go.
Okay. So you usually do like 16 or 14?
Sometimes I get crazy and go 16.
Okay. Yeah,
but I'll do, a lot of times, I'll just come here as my only meal for the day.
Really?
So I just I'll come at 3 when they open and just have my one meal.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
If that's your day, then, I could think of worse places to eat for one meal.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get this sorted. Obviously, if anybody's watching at home, we're doing this inside the Texas Roadhouse with zero permission. So that's great.
Yeah, all right.
Sick, dude. So you've been Florida native, day one. It's at least from what I can tell, or at least most of your life.
Yeah, I was born
Get out one.
40 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
North. In Titusville.
Oh, okay. You're in
North
Titusville.
I was born there, lived there till I was 9 or so.
Yeah.
My parents split up, me and my mom moved here. And then I moved to Orlando and lived out there for a while when I was driving for Jufu.
Oh, interesting.
And then when that deal ran up, I decided just to come back here.
It's a sick spot. This area it's not quite in the tourist area, but it's got everything that the tourists could want, but you're not right in it, so I'm sure that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I like it too, because I still get to travel enough that it's nice to come home to not a lot of stuff going on.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Because I think when I grew up in a tourist town in Canada, and it's you come back during peak season, you're I don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
There's just everybody, the roads are clogged. You don't go shopping on a Friday afternoon because there's 1,000 people in the grocery store. So yeah, I'm sure this is the same. So you had a really unique childhood. Your dad ran skydiving.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's in the Air Force, he was in Vietnam.
Okay.
Did not special forces, but special operations.
Yeah.
So not crazy stuff, he did some crazy stuff over there. Came back, him and his brother started a skydiving business.
Okay.
And then all my first memories are being there.
Right.
I was in an airplane when I was 3 months old.
That's nuts.
I have I used to have a logbook, I've lost it, but I have 6 hours of flight time when I was 7 or 8.
Oh, that's super cool though.
It's not really legit because I couldn't reach the rudders or the brakes.
Okay.
So they had to move it around on the ground, take off, and then they would kind of work the rudders. And it wasn't
yeah, it's not, but it doesn't matter. It's my dad putting me on skates before I was 2.
Yeah.
He was just I'm just gonna say that you did this thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of half-assed, but
Yep.
yeah, that's wild though. And then, do you think growing up in a higher risk thing just immediately transitions into you doing BMX stuff and everything else? You're taking risks is just what people do.
Yep.
So none of this actually seems risky.
Yeah, well, it was funny because since all I knew was skydiving and I knew it I was so involved in it that to me it's not risky.
Right.
It was just
in comparison, nothing else seems that bad.
Yeah, even if you level out the numbers of the statistics, obviously way more people drive a car than they go skydiving. Even if you level the number out, it's safer to skydive than it is to drive a car.
Right. It's the you're more likely to get into an accident or die driving to the airport than you are flying.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I think that, me thinking that way and knowing that was like, oh yeah, riding a bike is definitely totally fine. Like jumping in the air is fine. Racing cars is totally fine.
Yeah.
And then we had a guy at our skydive place, Skydive Space Center in Titusville, it's still there. He was like the 3 or 4 time X Games gold medalist for sky surfing.
Really?
Yeah. He like didn't start it, but he was like one of the pioneers, Bob Grinder.
Okay, interesting.
So
Huh, that's kind of
I
cool.
always thought that was sick.
Yeah, that's with like the board and stuff.
Yeah, like the snowboard looking thing.
Yeah. I always wondered if they actually used like a snowboard or there was like a board built for
No,
it.
they're specific. So
Really?
there was somebody back in the 90s that used the snowboard, but they flexed too much.
Oh.
And like, cause like the better you get at sky surfing, the longer the board is.
Right.
So I don't know if I don't even know if people do it anymore.
I'm sure there's somebody.
But like the big ones, they'd be like almost like surfboard thick,
Okay.
because they didn't want them to flex.
Right. Because if they're flexing, then it's like more. I guess you can't control it as much.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Huh. That's crazy. It's such a weird way to grow up.
Yeah, it would like. I can't think of it as any other way than normal.
Yeah.
Because it was just all I knew. So I was like,
Yeah.
this is fine.
I think it's anybody, like, if your dad drives to a factory, you're like, yeah, of course my dad's not home till 7 o'clock at night. Like, nobody's dad's home till 7. You're like, well, actually. But,
Yeah.
and then, so that, obviously, grow up, as you said, you moved down here with your mom. BMX pretty early on, it seemed, or like 12, 13, kind of as far back as I could find info on, so.
I mean, probably. Yeah, around then.
Around then.
Like that's when I got like an actual like legit bike.
Yeah, not
But
like
I
a
like
Walmart special.
I like skateboard. I did all the normal stuff. I unfortunately
Right.
rollerbladed for a little bit.
So do I.
Oh.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I never scootered though.
Okay,
so,
that's line in the sand.
Right.
Yeah. Rollerblading had its time. It's just not now.
I think it's the funniest thing ever. How like now that scooters are around, people don't hate on rollerblades as much.
Yeah,
They're like,
right.
all right, you guys are all right, but like the scooter kids.
I felt like there needs to be some respect with rollerblading because you just can't bail out. Like,
Yeah.
you can throw a bike, you can toss a scooter, you can kick a skateboard out, but like, you're either nailing it or you're falling. There's no in between. So that's that's just me trying to make me feel better about what I was doing. And then it seems, was it your buddy Sean that got you into drifting, like 06, 07?
Yeah, I met Sean in probably like 04.
Okay.
Well, I had to have met him in 04 because he had an S14 that he was gonna do all this stuff to, whatever. But it was like kind of new enough that it was like harder to do stuff. And
Right.
he's like, I want to build this car, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I ended up owning that car. I own that car.
Oh,
And
okay.
that title, the registration ran out in 2004, and that was the first manual transmission car I ever drove when I had
Oh.
my learner's permit. So like, yeah, 03, 04 is when I met Sean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then I was not interested in drifting.
Okay.
So I was like, cars are dumb. Like,
Yeah.
I'm riding bikes. And
Yeah.
I was like getting kind of good at riding bikes.
Okay.
Hurt my knee really bad. Like ACL, MCL, PCL. Broke my fib, and like the the bottom of my femur, like cracked it.
Like growth plate area? Like,
Yeah, it's like my left leg's like a tiny bit shorter.
Yeah,
Like it's not
yeah.
bad, but like I hurt my knee so bad and like had 2 botched surgeries and I just like, couldn't really ride anymore. I could, but like I get hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And Sean's like, all right, man, I think it's time to not do bikes as much. So,
Huh.
yeah,
Yeah,
he was actually in Utah.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I introduced him to Jared. I don't know if I introduced you to him.
You might have. It's
Yeah.
like that whole weekend was a blur.
Yeah, he lives out in Utah now. His
Oh,
wife
cool.
got this crazy like government executive job.
Oh, that's pretty
And
sick.
they live out there, so he came, middle school, to show him around, do all that.
Be like, hey, thank you. This is
Yeah.
where we are now.
Yeah.
Is he still driving at all, or?
No, he has an S14. He's like putting together now, but it's like more street car. Like he drifted for a little bit, but more so because like me and all the people he introduced to the drifting
Right.
got into drifting, so he drove a few events.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just building the car for fun, like trying to do it all himself, like paint it and cage it and all this. So like it's kind of cool.
And then that led you into competition pretty quick, because you're only a couple of years of driving, and then you immediately went into comps.
I drove my first official event in like February or April of 07.
Okay.
And then did like a couple little comps, but I never had cage, so I couldn't really do a lot of stuff. And then 2010 was my first year of Pro-Am.
Okay.
So like there kind of wasn't comps when I first started, and like I wasn't good enough to try any.
Yeah.
And then by the time there were like little comps, I was like, I think I'm gonna try to drive Pro-Am.
Yeah.
And it was a thing of like, I probably wasn't ready to do it, but from riding bikes, if you ride your bike with better people, you get better.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that in drifting too. I think there's something to be said about that.
So I was like, I'm gonna go try Pro-Am.
Yeah.
And I got second overall my first year, went to Irwindale for Pro-Am Nationals.
Right. I forgot they did that back
Yep.
then. Yeah.
Crashed, like qualified, I think I qualified 16th. They only ran a top 16. Crashed super bad last lap of practice. Barely got the car together. And I ran John Russakoff. Russakoff?
Yeah.
In this Corolla, because they were like threatening to take away his license. Like, because I don't know if he ran a full season. For some reason, they're like, oh, you should drive the Pro-Am event and then your license back up and have your license for 2011.
Yeah.
So he drove the Pro-Am event. He qualified first, I qualified last, and then he just smoked me.
Yeah.
So I didn't get my license. Then 2011, I won the championship in Pro-Am, got my license.
Right. And then pretty much jumped into pro right after that, right? Like there was
The next year, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was no Pro 2 back then.
No, you were just into pro at that point.
and then,
that's also like when pro is at like a 40 driver or 45 driver pool, wasn't it?
Oh God, me and Jeremy Lowe, who ended up being my spotter, got our license at the same time. At Long Beach, it was either 68 or 71 drivers.
Oh, shit, way more than that.
So you got 2 laps of practice.
Yeah. And
then
then go out.
Yeah, and then when you go to qualify, like, I only qualified 3 times that year. I think the lowest driver count was probably at Wall, because they had the limit.
Yeah. So you like physically fit so many people there. Yeah.
Dude, there were maybe 45, 48 at Wall.
Wow.
Which is nuts. Fuck.
I remember like looking through drift stats. I want to say it was in St. Louis. We were going through and trying to find like drivers who did like one event, and I was quizzing Brian and Jared, and I think Andy Luck was up there too.
Yeah.
And I would just say a name to see if they could remember. And like shockingly, they nailed almost everybody. There was like a couple where they're like, no, and then we realized like they didn't even qualify. They just showed up for practice.
Yeah.
And like, but they were still registered.
Yep.
But yeah, it was. People bitch about laps now, but it's like you don't even know how bad it used to be.
It used to be insane.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get laps.
Yeah. It just physically like, and practices back then were about the same length and there wasn't as many, but like, yeah.
So like we had Thursday practice,
Right.
which was 4 hours of just pro.
Yeah.
But Long Beach you don't, because they can't shut the roads down.
Yeah.
So like I got 2 laps of practice, and they would also split the field. So like the top 30 or so would be in Group A, and then Group B would be the rest of us.
Yeah.
So like we're all dudes like figuring it out. We're crashing. We've never driven Long Beach before. So Group A could maybe get like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because they're all running tandem. It's Forsberg, Vaughn, all those dudes. You're like, okay, cool. And we're kind of stuck. I think that first year in Long Beach, 4 people crashed their cars in a burnout box. So like,
For the record, that is a very tight burnout box.
It's tight.
Yeah, but still.
But not like, whoops, like, ka-chow, like rip wheels off their cars in the burnout box.
In full understeer trying to scrub and just,
It was rough.
Damn. I was wild back then. It is funny when you're like, oh, drifting was like so much better in like 2013. I'm like, man, it was cool. It was incredible. But go back and watch it and then try and make that argument again.
Yeah. Like, I'll watch like final battle runs from like 12 or 13, and I'm like, yikes, that's like not even a top 32 battle.
Yeah, it's pretty rough at that point.
Okay.
I can order. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, we'll order.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a different time back then. Just nostalgia is a hell of a drug, right?
Yeah.
Where you guys? Oh, you can lead on this one.
Can I do the 12-ounce ribeye?
Yep.
Medium rare.
Warm red.
And then a Caesar salad.
Yep.
And green beans.
Green beans. You got it.
Thank you.
I will do the exact same thing.
Exact same thing?
Yeah. Just put a big old ×2 on that.
You got it.
Awesome. Thanks
guys.
brother. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. I feel like you've narrowed this down that I should know what your order is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
good size.
I've been a few times. I will say, one of my favorite Texas Roadhouse moments was I had all the Drift Games guys with me in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
And we showed up and you and Swan reading Texas Roadhouse because they're always like, oh, maybe we'll see Pat Goodin at Texas. And we pulled in and you were sitting in the corner. I'm like, boys, you'll never believe this. And then the Denofas were there and I'm like, this is perfect. This could not have worked out any better.
All-star lineup, dude.
Dude, and then it was somebody's birthday. And then we've got a photo of Swan just like enamored and he's clapping along. He's
it was like one of the young girls at the table next to us with their family.
Yeah, exactly. You guys were all about it. Swan he's just vibrating. He was so excited.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too good. So yeah, what were like the early years of FD like from your perspective? Because like we get a bunch of different people that gone on it, but like I feel like everybody kind of has their own take on what it was actually like.
So the first year, me and Jeremy Lowe traveled together on our friend Dan's 2-car open trailer.
Right. Is it Savage?
No, Dan Chilton.
Oh, okay.
Like old school Florida guy. Jeremy has a black FC, Dan has a white FC.
Okay, got it.
So Dan bought a 2-car trailer for him and Jeremy to drive Nobi in like 2009, whatever. So Dan kept the trailer, and then we used the trailer 2012. So it was like, it felt like an extension of Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Because we're still like loading the car with like wheels and tires and gas and everything. And then like had a Dodge Dually, like overflowing truck bed with like all our stuff. Like driving from here straight to Seattle, like 3,200 miles one way.
Jesus.
Because we couldn't afford a hotel.
Yeah.
And like at the time it's like, we're doing it. We made it.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing the thing.
Pro.
And then like we go to Seattle and like we both qualified. Jeremy won his top 32 battle against JTP because of like a weird like tire off, maybe not tire off thing.
Back in the days when like if you put a tire off or touched a cone, like that was, it was immediate zero.
So like whatever, but he did it.
Yeah.
The stats read that he made top 16. And I mean Jeremy was shredding too.
Yeah.
It's not like a whatever. But that was like figuring it out. Like luckily the Pro-Am we ran like wasn't the greatest, but they were pretty good about like structuring of like, hey, you have to qualify in this order. Hey, it's 5 minutes. It wasn't like a loose, and like we had to wear suits, everything. So that helped us when we went to pro. It's like, okay, everything's roughly the same.
Yeah.
Like we have to wear our suits. We have to be on time for our runs. Because there were times I watched people just miss qualifying runs.
That's funny. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, people would like miss qualifying runs just because they were like, I'll just go when I'm ready.
Oh, interesting.
And it's like, nope, sorry. Like I watched someone who still drives today, doesn't drive every round, miss both their qualifying runs
just
in Seattle.
They just didn't show up.
Just weren't there.
Wow.
But I mean, in all fairness, whatever Pro-Am they ran probably was like, just do whatever you want. Like, I think this might have been their like first or second event.
Okay.
So they were kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
So like we got kind of lucky. Again, not the best Pro-Am, but it helped us. Like it structured us. And then 13, me and Chelsea traveled together.
Right.
And that was like eye-opening for me because he's like was a contender to win events. Like he was doing this, doing that. Like you got to have this, you got to have spares. I'm like, oh my god. Like I learned a lot with him.
I remember seeing a photo of you scaling your cars at like a Jolly truck stop. And you just like pull the truck and trailer up, pull the car off, and then we knew what the weight was before showing up to Long Beach.
Yeah.
That seems very much like a Denofa move to me.
Well, no, that was 2012.
Oh, that was 2012. Okay.
Yeah, I had to do that 2012 because I didn't like realize the weight rule, and I just bought a bunch of 245s. So that's what I ran. I go, oh my god, I hope I'm good. And, like we pulled it off at a truck stop, and like pull onto the one part. I was good, but
that's funny.
Yeah, with Chelsea, I learned a lot, and it was like, okay, I know how things work now. Now I need to work on the driving, work on the program, and whatever.
Right.
And then I would say 14 was turbo LS car, GSR, quick change. It was a proper FD car, and it was more of like, okay, now I need to start driving. I need to learn this. I was very stubborn about things, like car setup wise.
Okay.
Like, I was like, I don't want to run WiseFab because I don't think it feels good.
Oh.
And then it was kind of like, yeah, but like, I ran cut knuckles up until 2017.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, because like, I was like, oh, it feels good. And it's like, we don't have the angle, and whatever. And I go,
yeah,
but I
it's
can.
all crazy.
I was like, I can make it work. And they were the MA Motorsports knuckles that Brian made forever ago. I love them. That's what's on my car now. Like, they feel sick, but I couldn't do things that the other cars were doing. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I just suck. Like, I need to do better.
yeah.
Part of that is definitely true. But the other part was like, I can't make the car do these things. Like, I'm having to drive, like, there were multiple points on the track where I'd be like, oh, I have to, like, go to lock and let the front end just slide because, like, I don't have the angle, or, like, my Ackerman's so crazy I can't do these things. And I can do it, but not consistently.
Yeah.
So, like, I wish I would have done that. But I don't know, FD back, like, 12 to, like, 15 was cool because everybody hung out, everybody was friends.
Yeah.
Like,
It was more of the traveling circus.
yeah,
Yeah.
you, like, you knew, like, if you were friends with Forsberg, it's like, okay, when we're done on Saturday, we're gonna load our stuff up, and then we're all gonna go to Forsberg's and, like, drink beers for a little bit, hang out, and then, okay, let's
Jump off the roof, yeah.
are we gonna go somewhere and, like, hang out or whatever? Yeah, and then, like, the last couple of years I drove, like, the hanging out kind of slowed down.
Okay.
And it's the normal advancement of a motorsport. Like, it started to get more serious. Everything started to get more real.
Yeah.
So everybody's like, hey, we got to focus, and we're spending this much money, and I got all these people on the team, and we can't really do this and can't do that. So I get it. It's just the fun, to me, kind of went away. I don't want to say that because that sounds...
I think it's different. I think the fun, and feel free to eat. Like, my editor can work with whatever that is. We'll just mute you as you chomp down.
Okay.
I think, I mean, it's with anything, right? The more serious it gets, the fun's got to be different, because it's now like, oh, I got to take my crew out to this stuff. Whereas I think previously, like, everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
Like, you knew every crew member. And now it's like, crews are also bigger. There's 5-6 people on every team. So do you know every single person on 32 grid, 5 people per team? Like, it's impossible.
Right.
And people rotate around. And I think also the longer it goes, the more drama that kind of builds up, because you got, like, this guy used to work there, and then he pissed off this guy, and now he's over there, and you're like, well, I can't hang out with him because I'm friends with his old like,
yeah.
It just, it's like anything. Whereas back in the day, you're all just trying to figure it out, and it's like, we need each other in order for this to grow.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I still want to hang out with you, but, like, you just don't get the time. You don't have the availability, and everyone's got a lot more commitments and stuff too, right?
Yep.
Like, you know, what were the partnership commitments like back then? It was like, cool, like, you know, you're going to send out a photographer, we're going to send everything back, and your logo's on the car. Now you're like, I got to make 6 TikToks, a YouTube video, an autograph signing, then I got to go to this booth and do this thing. And that weekend's done. You're done. Like, just emotionally spent, even if you didn't even, you know, make it into top 32.
Yeah. And the appearances change too, like as far as, like, having to do meet and greets, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Chelsea had an Air Force deal back in the day.
Right.
The Air Force deal would be like Wednesday. So it'd be before the event. And they'd go to, like, a school or go to whatever. It'd be all the Air Force guys that go there, do that. Then the weekend would be much more low key.
Right.
They might do, like, an extra autograph signing, but it was in a downtime. It was not like a thing. So there was more time just to hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just different. I mean, it evolves. And I think too, like, everyone's getting older, like, unfortunately, right? And there's the young guns who are still going up, and I can't remember who I talked to about it. They're like, oh man, like, nobody's like going out and partying and doing all this crazy stuff. I'm like, oh no, they are, but it's just not the people that you hang out with. Like, I won't get into names. I'm sure you and I both know. There's a few young guys on grid who are like, they're going out, they're having a time, they're showing up a little bit hungover on Saturday. Like, it still happens. It's just that group now. Everyone's got kids. Everyone's getting older. You know, you have 6-7 drinks the night before. You're like, you're feeling it the next day.
Oh yeah.
And you don't want to do that before going out and driving, or, you know, you're flying out Saturday night after comp to get home because you got a wife and kids. You want to go out. So, like, that's just naturally going to change the dynamic of it. We're all growing. I mean, you guys are. I'm still trying to be a kid, but we're all trying to be kids still. But everyone's just growing up. That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I got into drifting like 2015, kind of.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of my cutoff for, like, knowledge.
Yeah.
Where it's inherent. Everything before that I've got to research. So, like, I remember you in the sport won the King of Spring Break. Which where did that come from? That I know it's a Jaredism, but
No, King of Spring Break isn't.
really, so that came with you?
There was, I think,
There was an incident.
no, there was, well, kind of. I can't remember if it was 2012 or 2013. One of our friends, I don't want to say his name because he's not really involved anymore, and I
Okay.
think
That's
he might
fine.
have some animosity towards a lot of people in the crowd, but whatever.
Yeah.
It had to be 2012. 2011, him and a bunch of Florida guys came up for
Okay.
a Pro-Am because they ran 2010, 2011, and I think 13, they ran Pro-Am at Road Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, as like the, kind of what Pro 2 would be.
Yeah.
So they came up to watch, and they were talking about how many beers they're going to drink. And like, they definitely were not sneaking beers into Road Atlanta because that's
No,
illegal.
you can't do that. Nope, that's never happened.
And he goes, I'm going to drink 1,000 beers.
Yeah.
We go, what? He goes, I'm going to drink 1,000 beers. And we're like, what, like in a month? And he goes, no, at Road Atlanta. And we're like, dude, that's impossible.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
Physically, there's not enough time.
And we're like, maybe 100, but even 100, you're like, you're getting close to hurting yourself.
Yeah,
You probably are hurting yourself.
4 cases of beer.
Yeah. So my friend Steve at the time spotting for me, we're telling him the story, and he goes, he's like, that kid's crazy. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what does he think he is, like the king of spring break? And I go, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So text him, like we're in a big group chat. I'm like, you're the king of spring break. And it was like not a dig. It was like, oh, like you have a good
You're
time.
the guy.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. He gets so mad we call him the king of spring break. He goes, don't ever call me that. Starts cussing everything. We're like, all right. I'm like, dude, it's funny. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, we're having fun with you. We're naming you this because like we want to have fun with you. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, no, you can be the king of spring break. And I said, okay. So we started calling me the king of spring break as a joke to make fun of this
Oh
dude.
my God, that's amazing.
And then it stuck because it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Passionate Pat is a Jared thing.
Passionate Pat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But King of Spring
Okay.
Break was us trying to name somebody else and they didn't want it, so I just stole it.
I just figured it was like a Florida thing, like being, near the beach and people coming down here for spring break and something like
It
that.
made sense.
Yeah,
but,
no, it fits in multiple ways.
Yeah.
But like that's, I guess, me making up the story in my head.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, Passionate Pat. I do remember that one as well. King of Spring Break is a little bit better, though, at least in my opinion. I think that's a solid nickname.
Yeah.
So, ran the S chassis for, AS chassis and FD basically forever. Had some decent success here and there. I think a 4th place was the top result.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically like mid-pack, I'm not trying to shit on you, but it's the reality of what it is. What's that like? Because admittedly, on the podcast, I'm talking to like, mostly people are incredibly successful in the sport, odd people who are just coming up, but like not many people I get to chat with where it's like, no, I spent the vast majority of my career somewhere between 22nd and 9th in the standings.
I feel like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, feel bad for me.
No.
I feel like it's tougher
Yeah.
to be mid-pack because if you do bad, you're like, man, I can do better than this. Like,
Right.
What did I do? It'd be a dumb mistake or something would break, whatever. But I have events where I could go qualify. Like, I qualified in the top 10, like, not a ton, but like enough.
A notable amount. Yeah.
And my qualifying runs would be sick. I'd be like, okay, like I can do it. I get so stressed out in tandem. Like, oh, I don't want to hit a super expensive RTR car.
Right.
I don't want to break my car because I might not have the parts to fix it. So I'd second guess myself, which like you can't do.
Yeah.
Like that's not like a excuse. That's a problem that I had. Like I should have fixed it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, being mid-pack would suck. You'd have events where it's like, I'd make top 16, I'd go sick. And then people would be like, oh, good job. And I'm like, yeah, but I should.
It should be expected of me.
I
not-
should be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like a couple 8s, and like when I get to 8, I'd be like, all right, like I'm proud of myself. Like this is cool. Like I'm
Right.
going for it now.
Interesting. Oh, sweet.
Y'all need any horse trash or steak sauce or anything?
I'm all good.
Can I get some A1, please?
Hey, what? Yeah.
I don't know what that. Oh, that's their own steak sauce. Not as good?
Real quick,
Yes. All right, I'm listening.
if you like A1,
Yeah.
you should never be ashamed to get A1.
Okay.
Thank you. There's a lot of people, not a sponsor, there's a lot of
Could be.
people that are like, oh, you ruined the steak, you ruined this.
Right.
Nah, man, like, I'm going to eat half this with no A1, but I like A1, so I'm going to eat half, go, this is really good. And then I'm going to use A1 because I like the taste of A1.
That's fair.
So if you're a person that shames somebody for using A1, get a life.
So, okay, this I was going to get to this a little bit later, but I think this is important. Your close friends' Instagram posts
Oh, yeah.
might be some of my favorite takes on drifting, period.
Yeah.
I don't think people use the close friends feature in Instagram stories nearly enough.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm honored to be a part of that. Because like you and I have had so many and they're usually just very quick. Like you'll post something, I'm like, you know what? I'm happy somebody said it. Or, you know, I don't know about that one, Pat. And you're like, nah, screw you. Like, that's how it is. Like,
Yeah.
so what is your selection process for that close friends? Are you just like, okay, this dude's cool. I don't think he's going to like say anything, but like, I feel like you use it to be like, if I said this publicly, it's not worth the backlash I'm going to receive, but I know these group of people probably think the same shit that I do, so I'm just going to say it.
Not even thinking the same stuff that I think, but like, I hate posting stuff in my public story.
Yeah.
And then like, you'll get an opinion from somebody that kind of doesn't really know what's going on.
Oh,
and it's like an uninformed opinion back towards you. And then they'll try to be like, well, hey, that's not the case.
Right.
And then instead of them being like, oh, my bad, what is the case? Or like, well, I don't know. There's no reasoning with them. So you just have to be like, okay. Like, I just give up. So
Yeah.
there's no getting to this person. So the close friends is just like, if somebody's going to disagree with me on something on close friends, it's somebody that I respect their opinion enough that I can be like, oh, cool. Or I know that they know about the situation.
Yeah.
Or if they don't, they'll be like, what do you mean? And I tell them and they go, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. I agree, I disagree, whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like that. We might have to start. I do it like on the odd thing where I just get self-conscious about something I really want to post.
Yeah.
Where it's like, a lot of it too is just like excited or like some sort of achievement where I just feel like posting it, people get real weird about celebrating an achievement. They're like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, whoa," and I'm like, nah, man. So it's like, for me, it's mostly like family and a select few friends.
Yeah. And like, I don't hide this stuff because I'm like worried what people are going to say.
Right.
I just like, because I kind of just don't care.
Yeah.
It's just if somebody's going to come at me over something that they don't know about, that bothers me. Because like, sure, if you know about the situation, come at me. And be like, you're
Yeah.
wrong, you messed this up.
That's how I feel just in general. It's like people are like, oh, you have the right to your own opinion. I'm like, I would argue you have the right to your own informed opinion.
Right.
Right? Like, you can have an opinion and stuff, but like, I don't know if you necessarily have the right to that. But it's the people who actually put a little bit of time into thinking or researching their opinion. I will
Right.
always have that discourse with them.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a little bit closer to what the close friends group is. We're
Yeah.
like, if you're going to argue with me, at least I know you're going to put up a good fight. It's not just going to be ignorant statements. By the way, first steak ever at Texas Roadhouse.
Really?
I don't traditionally order steaks at restaurants.
Oh, okay.
I ran a steakhouse for a little while.
Okay.
I worked in kitchens for a living.
Yeah.
And I always get frustrated. I'm like, I'm spending this money to get something that I believe there's not many people who could do better than I could. And I know that's like just such an ignorant thing to say, but
fair
I'm like,
enough.
I'm just like, if I'm going to spend $30, I'd rather go get a ribeye and a half for home
Yeah.
and crank one of those out. But this is like, they nailed this, dude. That's like
Yeah.
spot on.
I definitely like, I hope this doesn't hurt my chances of maybe one day getting a Texas Roadhouse sponsorship. But I just think Texas Roadhouse is so good because like yeah, this is not the best steak you can get anywhere,
It's
right?
a solid steak. Well, I know what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
It never really lets me down, and like
Yeah.
for the price, kind of can't beat it.
Well, that's what they're aiming for.
Yeah.
Like, no one's coming in here to be fine dine.
Well, if you read some of the reviews, some people think that spending $30 on a ribeye is
Dude, I've
highway robbery.
spent 3-4 times that. You go to PRI, go get a ribeye anywhere in town and spend less than $100, right? And like, great, great ribeyes. Fantastic, thank you. But these beans are the star though. Holy crap.
Oh, really good.
I don't think I've ever had these. I get it, man. I'm learning. I get why you're here so often.
Yeah, man.
You've indoctrinated the Denofas as well.
Yeah.
Diet. Are they, I guess they're north of Mims, right? I shouldn't say exactly where they are. What's their address again, specifically, Pat?
Yeah, they're like a little over an hour away from me.
Gotcha. It's kind of like the downside of being out on the island is like similar to my neighborhood. You're 15 minutes just to get out of where you are to get to the next thing.
Yep.
But so yeah, I gotta touch on the year retirement. Why?
2018?
Yeah. It's been a couple years since the next retirement, but I meant the 1 year off.
So, 16, that was my first year not at Njuku.
Yeah, it was discount tire after that?
No, ISR BC.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Put a supercharger on my car.
Yeah.
Like, had a shop down here helping.
Yeah.
Great. We did everything we could.
Yeah.
But like, we fell short collectively as a team, budget-wise, kind of everything.
Yeah.
So 16 was rough. And then going into 17, I was like, man, I don't really know if I'm going to drive again.
Yeah.
Like, I might take 17 off.
Okay.
Which in my mind was like quitting. I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to drive anymore. And I was like, well, maybe I can put like a new car together because my car was falling apart.
Yeah.
Then I somehow got the deal with, he will not be named, Huddy.
Yeah.
And like,
You will not be another victim of Huddy.
that like turned into this thing of like, oh, we're going to buy Forsberg's old car.
Right.
Like the one Castro drove because he wasn't
Yeah.
going to run two cars anymore. Or he had a third, I think.
Yeah.
We were going to buy the third car.
Because Stoneback ran with Forsberg for like a year, maybe two.
15.
Right.
Yeah, and then Castro was, I think, 16, 17.
Right.
So there was a third car. We were going to buy it, and I go, hey, if we don't have a dedicated tuner that knows what's going on,
Yeah.
we can't run those VKs.
No.
Because, like, they needed to have nitrous to make the power.
Yeah.
Sick motors, but, like, I was like, we need somebody there that, like, knows what's going on. This isn't, like, a thing where we're just like, yeah, whatever, put gas in it and go. Like,
Yeah.
you need to check on it. You can't get another one because they were, like, the crazy, like, off-road core motors, all this stuff.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, and I go, well, we can take the drivetrain out of my car, put it in one of Forsberg's cars. I talked to Chris, he goes, yeah, you could. Then it goes on and on and on, and like, okay, we don't have the budget to buy the car.
Okay.
So then it was like, oh, we're gonna buy Briggs 350Z. Dave Briggs 350Z that
Yeah,
he drove for like
yeah.
a half a season. I talked to Briggs, crazy deal on a price, like so cheap, no drivetrain.
I was gonna say that he ran NASCAR engines for a
Yeah,
while,
the
right?
Dodge NASCAR.
Yeah.
motors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Good, how are you?
Anything else?
No, we're good, thank you.
Next time, have a good
Thanks.
day.
Thank you. Yeah.
So it was like super good price.
Yeah.
Like tons of spares, no drivetrain. I go, that's a great deal. I talked to Briggs to the point of like, he goes, when do you want to come get it? And I go, I don't know, like Huddy's gonna come get it.
Yeah.
He goes, okay. They talk, I guess. I don't really know. I get lost in it because I'm like, they're doing it, whatever. Briggs calls me like 3 weeks later. I'm thinking he's like, hey man, like, how do you like it?
Yeah.
Is it sick? And he goes, hey, when are you coming to get this car? I go, what do you mean? The car should be in San Diego. He goes, that guy never came because I never got money. Whatever. Briggs gets screwed on the deal. I'm like, oh man. Because at this point, I had taken no sponsor deals from anybody because it was all through
Huddy.
the Huddy stuff.
Yeah.
I go, okay.
You should not be named.
And then it was just like, the dude just wasn't ready to run a competitive team like that, didn't have the budget. I think
Right.
there was confusion on where some of the money was going, whatever. And like halfway through, I checked out. I was like, whatever, man, all I want is my car back.
Yeah.
And then there was like weird things of like, maybe not getting my car back. Like, I was like, So I like secretly drove to Irwindale that year,
Yeah.
like with my truck and trailer. And then I got knocked out in 32, of course. And like, the car broke.
Yeah.
Crew guy gets the car running, and he goes, all right, I have the keys. He goes to my trailer, opens the door, I pull the car in the trailer. I'm like,
Well, I think
all right,
you're
we're done.
there's been two people that have pulled the exact same move. It was you and Dylan Hughes did something very, very similar to that. All with the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
So, just a rough deal.
Yeah.
I think it could have been better, but I think I got sold on a deal of like, everything's paid for. You
Yeah.
don't have to do anything but show up and drive the car.
Which sounds great.
But then we had to drive my car again that was falling apart.
Yeah.
And it just progressively kept falling apart, kept falling apart. I think the motor was like 2-3 seasons old at this point, and it was only a 408.
Okay.
So it was making like 800-ish, and then I can't remember where we were. Seattle maybe. I'm like, hey, I need more tire pressure. I can't drift the bank. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Car starts running. It would only fire all 8 cylinders in high gear on the run up because it didn't have enough compression. So I'd get everything hot enough and enough load on the engine that would start firing 8, so I could drift the bank. But I'm like, man, this thing's real low. It was making like 500, like under 500 horsepower.
Jesus.
Whatever. It was a bad deal for everyone involved.
Yeah.
Like, it just sucked. And then I was like, all my stuff's ruined. I don't want to build a new car. I don't want to do this. Maybe I'll drive Pro 2. And I just didn't do it. I was like, I got to not do it for a year.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that helped, like that year off? Because there's been a few drivers that have done it. I mean, I think Rad Dan's probably the most successful of between you and him. Obviously, you had one more season after. Rad Dan stuck it out has been sticking it out a little bit longer. Actually, I think it sounded like I'm announcing Rad Dan's retirement.
I think it could have helped more than it did. But I was like trying to drive this SR car that I had.
Yeah.
Then I bought a Z, and I probably drove 2 events all of 2018.
Right.
Because my plan was I'm just going to drive everything I can. And it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I got no seat time. I think if I could have driven more, I think this now because of the really terrible car that I have now, which is the greatest car ever.
Yeah.
I learned I'm a better driver now than I ever was from driving that car, of having not to worry about it. And my thing is if that car breaks, I'll just go home.
Yeah.
And it's not a pouty thing. I'm just
you're just I don't need to.
I want to go have fun, and fixing a car is not fun to me. So I'm going to drive as much as I can. And if the car says we're done driving, then I'm done driving.
I think that's important. I did that in OSW that weekend. I wall tapped, the clutch started slipping, and I went, that's it. I can still put it on the trailer right now, and I can easily pull the transmission apart, maybe resurface it, clean off the clutch, maybe see if there's something, put it back together to get maybe one more session out. Or I just go, this is a great weekend, and I'm gonna hang out for a couple more sessions, see my friends, and then be done with it.
Yep.
So. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's. I think so many people push so hard and ruin the sport for themselves, and it's there are times where you need to do that. If you're in competition, you've got sponsor obligations.
For sure.
Crank it out.
For
If you're
sure.
at a grassroots event, people forget that. I would argue 70% of what makes a grassroots event fun has nothing to do with driving. I think there's 30% that is awesome, but talking about drifting, hanging out with friends, sometimes going through the trenches of it's insanely hot, we've run out of water, or we're eating granola bars all weekend. That stuff might seem shitty at the time, but actually looking back on it, man, you remember that weekend where we were asking people for bottles of water because we didn't want to leave, and I don't know, those are always good ones. All right, I'm gonna go.
There you go.
I'm gonna follow here.
Get you some, dude.
That's all good. Do we want to talk about 2019? I know it's tough, and you gotta. I think to me this is your shot to at least explain or provide your side, or I can call Kyle and be like, hey, cut this.
No, I drove. It was 2018 LS Fest Vegas. I was there working.
Yeah.
Matt was there with the S14. He goes, I know you've always wanted to drive. You want to drive it? I go, that'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Let me, please. He goes, all right. Did 2 laps, and I go, yep, confirmed. This car's awesome.
Yeah.
Because we would always talk about how sick Matt's S14 is.
And at the time it was the oldest chassis in FD too, but it was broken into perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's it's got to be the best. I drove it. I go, yeah, confirmed. It's awesome. Then it started as a joke of you want to drive it? You want to drive it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll drive it.
Yeah.
And then it turned into a thing, and no, it just it sucks. The deal changed a couple times, and at the end of the day, I was still the one that said, okay, I'll do it. And I just I had some things fall through on the money side of it.
Right.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I still even though everything's paid and done, I still feel bad about it because it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
It was a shitty thing that I did.
That's fair.
But I think where the confusion came was I'm still doing all this stuff and like I have money. It's like I had no money. Like that's the brokest I've ever been in my life because I got rid of everything I could to pay for like the beginning of it.
Right.
So like again, no one's fault but my own.
Okay.
I'm not passing the blame to anybody else. There were, as far as like deals go, there were some people that kind of screwed me and I just had to learn a lesson and understand that maybe get it in writing, but also maybe that's karma. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
I know, once again, like tell me if you how you want this handled, but you and I talked about doing this podcast a while ago, and you basically said, hey, I want to square up with Matt before I get on. I want to get this done with before I come back to FD, before I put my face out there, because I think to you it was important that you're like, I shouldn't be around this. There's no reason to add animosity. Let's just get this settled. If people are still mad at that point, that's fine. But at least I've now done my part.
Yeah.
It might have taken longer than I wanted it to, but at least that part's done.
Yeah, and that like, I'm not trying to make this about me.
Yeah.
But I was like,
I mean, it is your podcast right now. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I was like, it was like, how dare I show up to FD?
Right.
To what he's still doing and fighting for championships. Yeah. And like, Matt would probably be like, oh, F that guy, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, how dare I do that? Like, that's stupid of me. Like, I'm like, yeah, just like, I didn't have the money to pay. And it made me, every day of my life, so stressed out.
Yeah.
And then an unfortunate situation happened within my life, and I had the money, and I paid him. And it is what it is, and I came back, and I'm like, helping Cole and doing whatever, going to events, but like, you know, I don't expect anything from anybody. It's like, other than them being like, hey, you're an asshole. I go, I know. Like, it really sucks. And
nobody knows it. Nobody knows it more than I do. Trust me. Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
It's fair. I get it. And you know, frankly, it's not my business or anybody's business, but I just wanted to. It'd be tough to go through the whole thing without at least at some point touching on it, but I appreciate the closure on that.
Yeah.
So you touched on working with Cole. What's that like? Coming at a pro, working with him, amazing talent. Heartbreak for like 3 seasons straight, like literally just weird things. One battle off from getting his license. One, what's it like just working with the driver of that, you know, nature? And then 2, how are you working with him through that situation of being that close?
He's much like me, where he's really good at beating himself up about stuff.
Okay.
So like,
great skill to have.
Yes, great. But you know, I just like, what on? Because people will tell me like, oh man, you almost had it. Like, we know you're really good. And I'm like, shut up, I didn't do it. So like, you don't want to hear it at the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is like kind of just let him tell me how he feels, what he thinks.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah man, like, you got to think about what we did, how we did it. And you know, the car is like, this car honestly is not too great, like chassis wise, like falling apart. Kind of like my old car. Yeah.
I didn't know that. It looks good on the outside.
So like all year, like we were fighting like the car of like, hey, we got to turn the angle stops back. Hey, you maybe can't drive this way, or we can't put this setup on it because it loads the front too much. And it's making it bind and doing this and whatever. But no, I mean, he's really good at drifting, so it makes my end very easy.
Okay.
And I actually didn't meet Cole in person until Atlanta this year.
Oh, really?
Like, we had talked, and well, I had met him at LS Fest years ago. Like, right when he got the FRS from Ron, I met him, but I was like, hey kid, how are you? See you later.
Yeah.
But no, we just like, we work together really well, and how I spot is how Jeremy would spot for me, where like, I'm never telling Cole how to drive.
Okay.
I'm just like, hey, what do you think about this? Or like, hey, I noticed the car did this.
Yeah.
Can you tell me why it did it?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, well, I think it did it because of this. And if I can see something else going on, I'm like, maybe, but like, think about how you did this like a turn before, and that maybe did this. And he goes, oh, you're right.
Oh, interesting.
So like, we're not like, and I always try to be like, hey, let's go do like 3 laps on a setup unless it's terribly wrong. Like, unless it's like we're 10 mile an hour off of gear, like all this. I'm like, let's try this setup to make sure we're not adjusting around like mistakes or the track setting, like, because that's what's tough about Prospec. Is like the track changes so much from Prospec's first practice to like the first round of main bracket.
Yeah, because the pros get on rubbered in like significantly more. So that's such a huge jump.
Yep. So I try to like not make a ton of changes, but like, I mean, he's so good. He just adapts to anything. And honestly, a lot of the times what we pull off the trailer, dude, we're maybe 10% different than what we end up.
Okay.
It's a lot of him just like making the changes. That's why he's driving.
Yeah.
And it's funny when we do the track walk, he'll like look at the track, we talking, I'm like, I think you should do this. And he goes, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then every single round we've done a track walk, he'll look at a certain part of the track. He goes, man, if I was on the big tires, I would be able to do this.
Oh.
And from my experience being on big tires, I go, yep, that would make sense of what you would want to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't though, because you're on the little tire. Like,
you can't dig out of that spot. You're gonna have to find a way to come around it.
Yeah, like, and there's some stuff where he's like, oh, I don't want a handbrake going in there. And I go, I get it, but I think you need to reset the car.
Yeah.
And like, let the tire work to the best of its ability.
Yeah.
Like, I get not wanting to handbrake, but like, don't drag on it.
Yeah.
Just like pop it,
Give
reset the rear end, and go. But like, the big cars, like the big tire cars, they can do it because the tire's doing everything. So they can just dig and it goes. So I don't know, it's fun to see that with him. It just, he's very insightful and he's very smart and he's just one of the best drivers, I think.
He is nuts. He is incredibly good. Greg Bussell told me very early on, he was like, this kid will be great. It's going to take some time, but you know, he's going to do the thing everybody wants to be doing. So, and Greg's seen a lot of drifting, and I trust his judgment quite well. He's one of the, like, there's a lot of OGs in it where they'll say something and you're like, oh yeah, like you've seen so many drivers come in and out of the sport, like you can tell when it all comes together, because he's got the family side of it, he's got the funding side of it, which is, you know, it's important.
Yep.
I think it's just a little bit of that mental game left of like, don't lose the battle here, and you'll be set.
Look, the holidays are coming. I don't know which holiday it is. Could be Valentine's Day, could be Arbor Day, could be any day. Might be Black Friday, might be Christmas. I have no idea when this ad is coming out. What I do know is that you can use podcast 25 at checkout and save yourself 20%. So why haven't you done it yet?
A lot of things I do too is like, because I like this when Jeremy would stop for me.
Yeah.
So I would try to do with Nicole, like repetition of things that I say. Like before his leads, I'm always like, how do I want to say this? When we first started working together, he goes, I don't need any encouragement going harder. He goes, I need somebody honestly to be like, hey, you don't need to push as hard.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like a lot of like old rednecks in NASCAR say, like when they're talking about a new kid coming up, it's a lot easier to pull a chain than it is push a chain.
Yeah.
Or if the kid's going slow, you try to push a chain, it's
just gonna bite. It's not gonna work. Yeah.
Kid's doing too much, you're trying to pull him back. It's easy. You go, oh, I can slow down a little bit. So a lot of like, almost before every single lead, you know, unless it's like in the finals or whatever. But even still, I'll be like, hey man, do your normal lead run. Don't take any risks. Just put your lead run down. We'll be good. I'll talk when we're done.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, copy that. And then we have like a super cheesy and easy like number system.
Okay.
We like base things off of.
Yeah.
And then I'll like give him the number and I go into detail.
Okay.
Like if he's leading first, then we have to chase. Like, oh, it's a this. He did this. Don't take any risks, but you need to be really close.
Wow.
Or if it's the other way around, I'm like, hey man, you have to do the best chase lap you've ever done in your entire life.
Yeah, no pressure.
Like we had to do that in Jersey.
Yeah.
I think against Cody. Was it Cody?
Yeah, I think so.
I was like, hey, you have to do the craziest chase run you've ever done in your entire life. I go, you have to take risks. You have to be crazy.
Yeah.
He goes, okay. So,
that's good though. He said easier to pull that chain than push it.
Right.
I see that. I see that with him for sure. I mean, I think the future is like super bright when it comes to Prospec. I would argue this was the best Prospec, Pro 2, Pro-Am, whatever, like building series we've ever had.
Yeah.
Like this year was phenomenal. I do put a little bit of that on seating bracket, I know, hot topic. I think seating bracket in Prospec has done exactly what seating bracket was meant to do, which is give drivers more time to tandem, take drivers who would normally maybe never even get a tandem battle, let them do battle right off the bat and work their way up that way.
Yeah.
Whether or not it works in pro, I think that remains to be, that's an argument for like a whole other show.
Right, yeah.
I don't think it's in its perfect form there, but I will say that like, I do think it worked in Prospec, and I stand firm that like this was the best Prospec season we've ever had.
I've never thought about seating bracket from pro to Prospec.
Okay.
In my brain, it's like, oh, it's seating bracket, I don't like it.
Right.
Like, it's fine, because you do look at the pro seating bracket, and you're like,
there's some weird stuff that happens. It doesn't
like
always
that.
work out well. But then you like look at how good the bottom tier and like go through the rankings and realize like how many rookies, how far up they were this year. And I went, because normally like you'll get one or two rookies who do really well, and that's kind of your rookie of the year race. Mm-hmm. And then this year you go through and you're like, man, there was a real fight. And that fight happened between like 16 and 9. And that was our rookie of the year race, was in that. And I'm like, shit, that's crazy. Like that hasn't happened before. So to me, it's worked there. I know that's not everybody's opinion, but that's fine. That's why they have a comment section on the podcast.
Yeah, in Prospec, I think the seating bracket was okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still a traditional qualifying fan.
Okay, that's fine.
Which I know a lot of people hate too.
Yeah. It can be really boring.
As a spectator, I don't like traditional deadline.
It's 3.5 hours.
Go back to 2018, the year I took off. I was like nervous but excited to watch Long Beach.
Yeah.
Bummed I wasn't there, but I'm like, whatever. I'm excited to watch it. Dude, I made it 5 laps into qualifying, and I go, I don't know anybody watching this. I go, this is awful. And I was at the track. Me and Tyson, the guy who used to run OSW with me, like, were watching, and I go, I don't want to watch this anymore. And I just wandered off and did something else.
I had a weird thought, and I feel like this is like both good and bad. But what if we did, let's say we go back to a 2-run qualifying, but you start with the number 1 ranked driver, you go all the way to the bottom, and whoever your bottom driver is does 2 back-to-back runs. Right. And then you go all the way back up to number 1 again. Because I know some of the issues, people are like, oh, we want the biggest stars to be last because it keeps good audience retention. And I would argue that the drivers who are lowest probably would do better with back-to-back runs. Right. Because there's less time of sitting and trying to figure it out.
I'll do another margarita, please.
I got him talking, so he's taking his time. So yeah, just a thought of like, because now that like last place driver, they're just going to do back-to-back runs. Maybe we do our quick little commercial break there at the split. They go change tires, come back, and they go back out. The downside is it's not fair to them if there's an incident. They're kind of screwed. Right. But they can still take their 5. So it's like, and then you still get your top level drivers at the end of the show to keep the audience retention. So the worst part is in the middle.
Yeah. So it's funny that like at LS Fest, we had a situation happen with like track layout. Yeah. And like me, Zach, and Dustin, the judges, we're talking this, and I'm like, because I got like kind of upset about something, and they're like, hey man, it's okay. Like, we get it. Like, you just want it to be right. I go, yeah, I do, but like, I have this super difficult time because I'm a driver here, but I'm also a judge and like an event not manager, but like
organizer, part
almost
of an
like
organization team,
part Andy Luck kind of thing, of like director of things. Like at LS Fest, it's definitely Swan, but I'm like making sure the drifting goes right. Yeah. And in the stone, I was like, it's so hard because I'll go, this is what I would want as a driver. But then as like the event person, I'm like, that's crazy. You can't have that. Yeah. So I think of the same as a driver. I'm like, I don't know how that would work because what if I do crash? And what if it's like a bad crash? And like, which I mean, I guess either way, if you crash bad enough on your first lap, you're not going to do your second lap. Yeah. It's the middle crash that's the worst. It's that like you took out an entire corner of a car, you didn't take out the whole side. Yeah. Like that is the worst. But I just look at it as like the bottom drivers, because at LS Fest doing the like back-to-back, I was like, those second runs were phenomenal. Yep. And you're in it, like, you know, it's going. You could say that like you got to run the same set of tires or whatever, which then might change some of the qualifying setup. And then that way there's no difference. Like, let's say, you know, Osbo or James is like first and last because they're first overall. You know, if they go up, those are marked tires. There's a big
green spray paint on the side of it,
Right.
on the wheel, that's your marked tire. Oops.
Yeah.
Right? You
And
go
but-
for qualifying at the line, they just go up, they spray the rears, now you can't change
Yeah.
it.
And like the 2 laps on a tire thing, right?
Yeah.
When you do your lead, you're probably going to go through your tire faster, right?
Yeah.
But I always, like Kevin Wells is like, well, make your tires last 2 laps. So from the event side, I go, yeah, make your tires last 2 laps.
Yeah.
And then on the driver's side, I'm like, but I have to do this, I have to do that. But for qualifying, like when we used to do 2-run qualifying, I would be like, I'd qualify like 14th or 15th.
Yeah.
I'd be like, should have done better. Like I'm still okay, but like I should have done better. Then Forsberg would be like 13th or 12th. And I'm like, God damn, Chris had like a rough day.
Yeah.
And I talked to Chris, he goes, no, I didn't. He goes, I usually qualify around here.
Yeah, he
I
was.
go, what? He goes, yeah. He's like, I do the lap that I think is good, whatever. He goes, but also like, you don't win the event on qualifying.
Yeah.
Like you win the event with your tandem battles. And I mean, like, hard to argue with a 3-time champion. Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. So like, change your car. Like,
Yeah.
make your car go 2 laps. Slow it down. Like, I don't know.
The argument of, oh, we can't do that, to me is like very invalid. Where it's like, listen, you guys have done everything that's been asked of you.
Right.
It's impossible. Like, no, it's not. If FD threw the pro guys 235 tires, would it suck? Yeah, wouldn't be great. Would everybody figure it out? 100%. And it would be like, you know, Odie's taking the supercharger off, James taking the nitrous out,
Yep.
everybody's taking, dropping turbos down to 2 PSI, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, we'll do it. They're going to bitch and complain the entire time,
Yeah.
but they'll do it.
Well, like, me and Chelsea were, because every Pro 2 round, me and him are together because he spots for hot, I spot for
Yeah.
cold. So we just like would stand next to each other, sitting next to each other. When you go to the small tracks, when you go to E-Town, when you go to St. Louis, you watch the Prospec cars, you're like, wow, that looks good.
It does look
Then
good.
you watch the pro cars, giant tire, hooked up,
Yeah.
they're everywhere. So we're watching in Jersey, and he's like, how do you make this better? I go 265s.
Yeah.
And like, again, yeah, RTR, gonna lose their minds. Like, a lot of people, Kapadoc, it's like, no, we did this whole thing for this whole reason. It's like, yeah, but maybe it's better. But then also, like when you go to Seattle, can you make a 265 last 2 laps? No matter what, can
But
you
they,
make it
they
last?
did Pro 2 on 255s in Seattle,
True.
and it went pretty well. Was it as good? No. Was it as fast? No.
Yeah. But I know, like in Orlando, even the big tires that should last longer,
Yeah.
the last year I ran there, we were so low in wheel speed that when we landed on the wheel speed number that I ran at, I remember going, that won't make it around the bank. I go, I've done 1,000 laps here, and that's not enough wheel speed to go around the bank. And they're like, okay, you're not gonna have 2 laps for the tire.
Yeah.
When Prospec went to Orlando, they were like running an even shorter wheel speed. Like, I don't know how they went around the bank at that low
Yeah.
wheel speed. And they're still like, when we go into the last turn, we're just barely, like just enough to keep drifting.
Yeah.
And then like, even the dude that's the best at saving tires, he's on his second lap, when he goes on the last turn, he's on wires.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days, like 2018 or 2019 when they went to Orlando.
Yeah.
So I was working with Sexsmith at the time, and it was like we were struggling like crazy. And it was funny, that's when I was working media. I was taking video of like other people's tires coming across the line, and like we were checking other people's tires coming off the track just to see where everybody was at to figure out like, are we the problem, or is there like, is this just a problem? So, but everybody figures out. In the like, I wish they would have done the Orlando layout that they said they were going to do. I think it would have taken 15 miles an hour out of every car for sure. It would have been tough, but it would have became a battle of tires, which can also be very exciting. And we did see that through like 2016 to 2018. There was like a weird time when like Hankook was in, Maxis was in, Achilles was in, and it became this weird attrition because like the Achilles would just dominate in speed, but often didn't have the length. The Maxis and the Hankooks did, still quick, but then it became like more of a conversation about like, okay, this tire's doing really well.
Yeah.
And now we're so even. Like the tires now are scary even. Even like I've had drivers come up to me and say, you may not think the Kumos are good, but this is actually one of the best tires here.
I've heard they're possibly
like-
one of the best.
And I'm like, I never would have expected that. And then you look at the tread and you go, oh, this basically becomes a racing slick after the first 300 feet.
I drove on like the street car one. I don't know model numbers,
Yeah.
but the ones that like you look at and you're like, oh, I would see like a Toyota Tercel run those.
Yeah.
I drove on those, and I was like, car's gonna be super loose. It's skid pad OSW, which is notoriously not very hooked up.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how, like, I did the lap, got out, and I'm like, hey, you gotta check your tire pressure. Like, something's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and which is Colette's car, her Corvette before it was an FD car.
Oh, right.
She goes, what do you mean? I go, you got way too low a tire pressure. This thing is like hooked up. She goes, they're at 35. And I go, well, you're wrong.
There's no way. Yeah.
And she goes, they're 255s and they're at 35 PSI. I go, that's not true. And I look and I go, oh. And I check tire pressure. I go, oh. She goes, yeah, they're really good. And I go, my brain, I couldn't comprehend. I felt like I was having a stroke. I was like, oh, yeah, the Kumos are sick.
I don't think there's a bad tire in FD. I think they all have something that they're
Thank you.
like better at. Like
Yeah.
the Nitto's wear is incredible.
Right.
Like they just, the tire of attrition, which means you can set that car up super grippy. You know, you can, but it's going to be tougher to drive.
Yeah.
But you can get the most out of that tire because it is just dead nuts reliable.
Right.
I mean, I think the Kendas are very much mid-pack. You can kind of do with it what you want. You can set up the car how you want. They're forgiving.
Yeah.
But yeah, the GTs are very similar to the Kendas in that realm, just,
Yeah.
you know, in that same area. And then the Kumos, to me, kind of felt like they came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of crazy.
yeah. But I think the tire stuff is good. I think any for me, it's like any way we can have more of a conversation about how complex this sport is, does it justice. But when it's like, that's why, you know, like a Spec tire, I'm kind of like, I get it, I like it in a lot of ways, but it also removes a whole other element of the sport.
Yeah, and like when you get into Spec tire, then it's like, okay, well this car is going to work better on this tire.
Yeah.
So like, why don't you build this car? Like, I think if you do a Spec tire, it should be a Spec series.
I took the words out of my mouth.
I know years ago, Brian Eggert talked about trying to talk to Ford. I think it was Eggert and Lontaine, trying to talk to Ford and doing like a couple rounds, like 3, maybe 4, of like they would be stock-ish Mustangs with like RTR ankle kits, whatever, and they all just run completely the same thing.
Yeah.
And you take like the top 8 points and just have like an extra shootout like after qualifying. And that would be sick. Like same cars, same tires, same everything.
I would like that with a random car allocation. Right. So like in, I believe there's like a truck series, like a trophy truck series. There's a couple of them where it's like a Spec class. At the beginning of the weekend, you are randomly allocated a truck. So the series owns the trucks.
Yeah.
And then you are given it 48 hours before the race. You put in your seat, your setup, but here you go, this is yours. And then you have time to tune the suspension, there's a couple things you can play with, but that's it. And then at the end of the weekend, you hand it back in. So you're not gonna like add all this time and money into it.
Yeah.
Downside is sponsors and stuff. But then again, it's like, everybody still runs their sponsors, just they slap on different body panels and that's it.
Yeah, the logistics of it is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, especially for drifting, and especially we're trying to use brand new Mustangs.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't just get like chassis. It's like, hey Ford, we need like 10 brand new GT S650s.
But I mean, they make zero VIN chassis all the time. We're like, these are specifically built for motorsport and nothing else.
Yeah.
Right? That's like how RTR and all these different companies do their development, is on those chassis.
Right.
I've seen a few of them. It's literally, the VIN is just all X's.
Yeah.
It's kind of sick.
A long time ago, when Juku had 2 350Zs that were like no VIN chassis.
Yeah, and they're just, all they're meant for is development. So I don't know, I think it'd be cool. I would love to see a full Spec series. I do agree. I think that'd be good.
Yes, but also I want the craziness.
Yeah.
Like, I still want the chaos. Like, I think Pro 1 is to a point where, like, I almost think you should have 3 series. Prospec, Pro 1, and then, like, Outlaw Unlimited.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, Vaughn, build 2 chassis cars.
Yes,
Like,
I
okay,
agree.
Papadakis, build the craziest thing you can come up with.
I could almost argue for 4. I don't know if we have quite the infrastructure to support it, but exactly what you said. But like, Pro Spec should be less Spec and just proper Pro 2.
Yeah.
You're going to run a 255. We're going to leave the tires open. Don't worry about the dog box thing. Don't worry about the rad thing. Don't worry about the steering column, any of that stuff. Make this a car that could run Pro, but limit the tire size, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then a full spec class of Z, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, whatever company wants to jump in. Even if that spec class is a tube frame spec class,
Right.
I'd be all right with that.
As long as they're all
As long as they're all the exact same. Yeah. If that's how we need to do it, like if we're never going to get Ford involved or whoever, BMW, whatever,
Yeah.
make a full spec, even if it is a tube frame car, but make it a spec one. Be like, hey, you have to use E46 front subframe, you have to use, trailing arm in the back,
Yeah.
and then you can build your tube frame on top of it.
Six.
Or a company, or
Kind of sick.
right?
Yeah.
Right? And then if you want to put whatever body you want on it to make it look like something to keep a company on
Yeah.
board, fine. I don't care about that. I love that the cars in Pro have to look similar. I don't necessarily agree with all the rules surrounding that,
Right.
but I've butt heads with Kevin a few times on things.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I think is silly.
I like the firewall thing. I kind of get, but it's also like, and they've relaxed that a little bit, because it used to be like you can't touch that firewall. Now they're like, okay, you got 10 inches below the seam that you got to be able to get on and stuff like that. So I think we're in a good spot that way. But I would love a full unlimited whatever you want to throw.
Yeah.
The biggest drag radials on it. Cool.
Yeah.
Because everyone will catch up, and there
Yeah.
are enough people in the sport right now, without naming names, that can easily afford to do that. And even if it's an 8-car grid, I don't care.
Yeah, and I think honestly doing that, you have the availability to sell more sponsorship.
Yes.
Because you get like people that are like, what? Like
Yeah.
this is nuts.
Like, I don't think Penske would jump in unless it's a full tube frame ready to go.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we don't care about your S13, we don't care about your C6 Corvette.
Yeah.
We just want this thing with a shell over it that looks like a Supra, even though it looks nothing like a Supra.
Yeah, I don't know if anything else has ever come from this, or any other NASCAR teams have talked about it, but Joe Gibbs in like 13 or 14 maybe
Yeah.
were very interesting.
Dude, Joey Logano's in New Jersey.
Started like figuring things out,
Yeah.
and then they started getting into the rule book and they go,
Yeah.
because they would have ran Toyotas, and they were like, well, what
What do we run?
are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And then like Papadakis already did it, and Toyota's like, no, we'd rather you just do NASCAR.
Stay over there.
And then like there is a NASCAR organization that I might know somebody that drives there, that one of their grandchildren
Yes.
of the owner has a drift car,
Yeah.
and the team is building a drift car. Nothing FD wise, but
Right.
like they're very interested in it.
But we've seen that, like Mick Schumacher owns an HGK full
Yeah.
built Eurofighter, right? F1 driver, like it's happening. Joey Logano more interested in drifting than he's ever been.
Yeah.
Like, I think the boom that FD and drifting hit in like 2008 to 2010, or let's say 2005 to 2010. Obviously, there's a recession in there, but like multiple big rigs, giant, like Sears, all these massive names, G4 Tech TV hosting stuff. We are very close to being back in that era again. And like, there's so much I can't talk about, and like so much that gets talked about in the pits to like I think you're aware of.
Yeah.
That like it may not be next year, but it's in the next 5.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just trying to think of how to say something without saying something.
Like, I think the best way to put it is like start to look at some of the brands that are coming in now and organizations that are coming in now, and like read the writing on the wall, where it's like they're putting their toe in,
Yeah.
and all it's going to take is one person to be like, yeah, I'm all in, here's $5 million.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That'll open the floodgates, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
And there's a few right now that are very ready to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, years and years ago, I had, like, a couple, like, kind of big deals that might have happened.
Yeah.
And I was told no because it wasn't enough money.
Yes.
Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to do this deal. Like, well, let me shoot Indeed. I go, so in my mind, I go, I'm going to shoot super high. And I go, I need, like, 150.
Yeah.
Thinking I'm like robbing them, and they go, that's kind of outside of our
It's
spectrum.
not worth the
Like,
paperwork.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it needs to be $500,000 or more. And I go, okay, that's like $500,000. And they go, justifiable. And I go, yeah, like
I can find a way.
I'm like, trust me, I need 2 brand new trucks.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy that these big companies have a low limit.
yeah.
Like they're like, yeah, okay, maybe you can get them to give you like $5,000.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, I know this sounds goofy, but like, what's $5,000? It's nothing. Throw it
No.
away.
Yeah.
In like the top tier teams, right?
Yeah, it's a rounding error.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they forget about $5,000.
I personally have paid more than that just on a tax bill.
Yeah.
Like, I spent that at the dentist.
Yeah. But then like, you start getting into the real money, and they go, yeah, but like, what are you gonna do with it? Like,
Yeah.
how does this make sense? And it's like, yeah, I hope it does happen.
Yeah, there's been some cool stuff going on. I mean, you look at like the Sorensens, what they're doing with the Air Force. You look at like O'Sully, what he's doing with the Army, and you're like, oh, they flew a plane over you, so somebody could jump out of it, and you could do a video shoot with a guy that's, I don't know if you've seen that shot.
Yeah.
I don't know the sky jumping team that like O'Sully was working with, but it's like
Gold
U.S.
Knights.
Army. Thank you.
They used to train at my dad's.
Oh.
skydiving business.
Full circle. There's a shot of O'Sully drifting, and one of them all like a foot off the ground on a parachute,
sick.
swinging in behind him. And I'm like, that day probably cost the U.S. Army $20,000-$30,000, and they just went
at least, yeah.
exactly right, like just in fuel for that takeoff. And you're like, they just did that for one social media clip.
Yeah.
So it's there.
Right.
And even like what like Neff Vodka is doing now, where they're sponsoring free car builds, like.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
That's a lot of money. And then you're like, oh, by the way, they're spending significantly more than that to have a logo this big on a Racing Bulls car in F1. You're like, that's another thing that's putting their foot in. You're like, okay. So it's there. It's just, I don't know. I'm waiting for it to all go. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. I feel like it's been close before, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah. I know. Are you, is your plan to take this? You said like they're 1 meal a day. Is this? I know I've got you talking the whole time, but.
Yeah, I'm taking it home, but
All right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably eat again later.
That's fair.
It's bulking
Dude, it's
season,
this
baby.
age, man. It's this age. The travel's brutal for it, huh?
Oh yeah.
I put on job opening. Yeah, I put on way too much over the season of travel. Just It's so easy to eat like shit. But I wanted to touch base on clutch kicker stuff.
Okay.
You were obviously very, very involved in the early days. I did hear a funny story about round 1, first year. I have a note on this. I've been trying not to pull my phone out.
Okay.
I'm trying to see how much I can do from memory, but I know this one I'm going to have to pull up. Let's just see here. Crossroads, dance floor, FD Prospec driver's dad who served you drinks, the champ's shirt. Is this a story we're allowed to tell?
So that's not clutch kickers, that's LS Best.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, the clutch kickers is the next story. My bad. Let's start with that one.
That's fine.
Someone wanted you to tell this story, so.
I can't really tell it because it's bad.
Okay, so we can.
Well, I can tell about the champ shirt.
Okay.
Josh Maguire.
Yeah.
The dude drives LS Best, drove Pro 2 in 2015. It was like the craziest, well, not craziest, because now we have a lot of Pro Spec and Pro cars coming to LS Fest. But 2015 at the time was the craziest LS Fest.
Right.
It was me, Nate Hamilton, Josh Maguire, June Mays. What's the kid from Peru?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Oh,
I got them.
I think it was Peru.
yeah.
Alex Hilbrand?
Alex Hildebrand, yeah.
Alex Hilbrand.
It worked hikes too.
Damn, there were like 1 or 2 other like FD people.
Okay.
We all just came.
Yeah.
And it was like, usually LS Fest had like 15, 16 cars. There were like 40 people there.
Okay.
So we're driving, qualify, all this stuff, run the event, we get done, and we go to a bar called Crossroads that's attached to a Ramada Inn.
Okay.
And it's like the worst hotel. The worst, not all Ramada Inns, sorry.
This
not a
one in
sponsor,
particular,
but this
yeah.
one. So we go to Crossroads, and it's like the strangest bar ever. Like, it's huge inside. They have a dance floor, signs everywhere, no drinks on the dance floor. So like, if here's a dance floor, if your toe touched the dance floor and you're holding a drink, they'd yell at you. Whoa. So we go after LS Fest, and there are 1,000 people in this place. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
We were in this phase of like, I don't know if I was in a phase of I thought it was hilarious to rip people's shirts off. Because if you get 2 people,
Yeah.
you have one person come up in the front, somebody grabs in the back, like around the collar.
Yeah.
So usually you trick the person, you come up, you grab the front of their shirt, you're like, oh, you know, you're telling the story. Then somebody else grabs the back and you rip it. And then somebody gets the wishbones, which are the sleeves.
Right.
The sleeves always go with one side.
Okay.
I thought it was the funniest thing.
I just put that together. But go on.
I thought it was the funniest thing ever to rip people's shirts off.
Okay.
So I got other people into it. We ripped like 4 shirts off Josh Maguire. And every time he'd get kicked out, so we have to go find him a shirt. And it's like super cold. So people had hoodies on. So then we got into giving them hoodies. Like somebody take their hoodie off, go put a hoodie on, then they let them back in. But then the other part of the story I can't really.
Okay, that's fair. Let's see if I can. I got that one confused. Clutch Kickers Year 1, Round 1, Thursday night, Red Door, Cadillac, Cody, and sand everywhere.
Whoa. So
Cadillac, Cody.
I think this is a mixture of 2 different rounds.
Okay.
Because round 1 of Clutch Kickers, Year 1, it was like a travel nightmare for everybody to get there.
Yeah.
Like I'm driving up from here and it's like in the panhandle of Florida. There's like a crazy fire and then a sandstorm.
Okay.
Nuts, dude. So it usually takes like 7 hours from my house to there. It took me like 11. Like it was crazy. My Civic's overheating, all this stuff. So I get there. There's bad storms in the Northeast. Nick lived in Philly at the time.
Yeah.
Flight keeps getting delayed. So like he doesn't fly in until the next day. So we have a big team meeting Thursday. We meet everybody, whatever. Then Nick gets there Friday. So like I go to the track, I hang out, I pick him up at Pensacola Airport, drive back to the track, hanging out. We go back to the hotel, and we stay in this place called the Island. It's like a resort on the Gulf.
Yeah, well,
And I'm like, hey, do you want to eat dinner here or do you want to go somewhere?
hey,
Because I don't feel like doing anything. Let's just eat here. I go, okay.
insane.
So we go to eat. I think maybe I had eaten, but he hadn't, whatever. And I go, I'm going to have a drink since I got the bar. He goes, I'm not drinking. I go, oh, it's fine. I'm just going to have a couple, like whatever. So I'd have one drink. I order another, and he goes, you know what, I'll have one too.
Thanks, Chelsea.
And then he starts we start talking to the bartender. We're like getting excited. We're like, yeah, whatever. We drink a lot.
Yeah.
Like an unadvised amount for like a Friday before we had to work on Saturday.
Yeah.
No, I have right there, don't they?
I wake up in the morning. We had separate hotel rooms with the door attached.
Yeah.
And I'm laying there. He goes, Pat, we gotta go. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? Like, I feel I'm the most hungover human in the world. I start kicking my feet around. I go, why is my bed sandy? I'm like, what happened? Apparently we went to the beach because it's like you just walk onto the beach. We go to the beach, we're running around, like we get in the pool. I guess I got in with like my clothes on. I don't know. We're driving to the track. It's like Saturday. And I'm like driving, I'm like, oh, I'm so hungover, like this sucks. I see a squirrel. I almost hit the squirrel. No, I don't hit the squirrel. I'm 20 feet from hitting the squirrel. But I'm so hungover, I got super emotional. I start crying about almost hitting the squirrel. And then Nick's like, dude, are you gonna be okay? I'm like, fine, I'm fine. We go in. Nick starts telling the story to someone how he cried about the squirrel. Then I go, it wasn't that bad. And I start telling the story to Taylor Ray, and I start crying about the squirrel again.
I shouldn't be laughing. It's so wholesome, but that's incredible.
Then the Red Door story, we go, it's Thursday night.
Yeah.
Like Nick got there early this time. We go to get an Uber to go to some bar that somebody said we should go to. It's me, Swan, and Colleen from Grid Life. Like, oh, we're gonna go there. We get in this dude's F-150. We calling him something too. And we get in his F-150. He goes, oh, you guys are going to so-and-so? Nick's like, yeah, I guess, like, just whatever. He goes, oh, don't go there. There's a place called Red Door you should go to. And Nick goes, what? Red Door is like a famous Nashville bar.
Okay,
that
yeah.
Nick used to go to all the time. Like when Nick lived in Nashville when he was younger. He goes, Red Door, like, blah, 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 blah. And they go, yeah. Red Door has 3 locations, 2 in Nashville, 1 in Destin, Florida.
Okay.
Nick goes, we are going there. We go there, start partying like crazy. Like just Nick's so pumped. And I'm like, hey, like tomorrow we still have to go to the track. And he goes, it's fine. I go, you're right, it's fine. Like doing shots. I'm like wandering around the place. we go with like one of the dudes who was working for Clutch Shakers, his girlfriend and her friend Cody.
Classic.
Nothing nefarious with the girlfriend.
yeah,
Not,
okay.
like she was just coming to hang out, whatever.
Yeah.
So she comes, hangs out, and she's having a good time or whatever. And then her friend Cody, very cool guy, right?
Right.
He has like a Cadillac ATS or a CTS, not a V, just
Yeah.
like whatever. And he goes, well, I'll drive you guys home. Because like he didn't drink. We go, that's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
And then we see his Cadillac, and we're like, Cadillac Cody.
Oh no.
And we just can't stop calling him Cadillac Cody, and he thinks it's really funny. But Cadillac Cody loved Nick, despised me. Like Cody Nick would be like, yeah, Cadillac Cody. He'd be like, all right, hell yeah. And I'd be like, hell yeah, Cadillac Cody. He'd go,
I'll be about
that was Red Door.
That's Red Door. All right. I'll check the rest of the notes. I think I got most of them nailed though. You got to.
I know.
It was fun. I mean, it was fun going through your social media. Your posts are always interesting, often very obscure. What else we got in here? Talked about that. Oh, you driving Burke Mountain with Turk?
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah. I went and rewatched that. I was like, dude, that was sick.
Yeah. So he called me to do that. I go, okay, sick, whatever. And then I don't fully understand what we're doing.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to hang out with Turk. And like,
Ask
that's fine.
questions. Yeah.
Because like me and Turk have been pretty good friends for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So we go, and he goes, you're gonna drive the S13. I go, oh, cool, that's awesome. I'm looking at the car, I'm like, wow, those front wheels are huge. Like they're like 11 wide front wheels. I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know what wheels they were, but like big, like lip wheels.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's huge. I go, what knuckles are on it? He goes, S13. I go, yeah, dude, duh, but like what brand? Like, are they MAs? Are they,
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. They go, what angle kit do you have? He goes, doesn't have an angle kit. He goes, the wheels are too big. You go, hold on. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I've driven stock angle cars before. I'll be fine. I'd also never really driven like a laggy turbo car.
Oh.
And I'm like, he opens the hood and I see the 1J with like the biggest turbo. I'm like, is it laggy? And he goes, oh, super laggy. Awesome, dude. He's like, yeah, it's like this mountain road. He goes, it's not sketchy that. And I go, oh, okay. He goes, it's not like, we're not going to die.
Yeah.
I go, oh, okay. Listen. So we go, we pull into like the parking area and the place would like shut the road down. It was so cool. He goes, all right, we're going to go up to the top and look at everything. I'm like, all right. So we get in the truck, we're riding up, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many chances to die.
Yeah, there's so many drop-offs on
Like,
this layout.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I only did like 2 little sections. He did like the whole rest of it. But it was sick, right? Never driven a laggy turbo car. The car had like no angle.
Yeah.
So it was like, because like it had less than stock angle because the wheels would start rubbing on stuff. And then the alternator goes bad.
So was you okay? I'm all good. Thank you.
The alternator goes bad. So like, oh, we had the donuts we do at the end.
Yeah.
We didn't film it. This random dude shows up with a rally car that like Turek knew. Like this random like older guy. He goes, oh, well take the battery out of my car, put it in that car so you can film the last thing. They go, all right. So we do that. I'm like, this is crazy. Take the battery back out, rally car starts, like whatever. Then I don't think about it. We have to go down the mountain and I have like no power, like the car's off. So I start going, I'm like, okay, I'm like kind of riding the brakes. Ryan's in front of me drifting like downhill. I'm like, that's crazy. Then as I'm like pushing the brakes, I'm like, wow, this pedal keeps going like farther and farther. And I go, oh, I smell brakes. I go, this is awesome. I was overheating the brakes, so I couldn't engine brake to slow down.
Oh my gosh.
So I'd start like handbrake dragging into every turn to like bleed my speed off. It was definitely sketchy. It was very cool, but very sketchy.
Damn. Yeah, it was a cool shoot to go back and rewatch.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, I completely forgot that you were in it. And I was like, shit, that is that. Hey, you've had a good run, man. You've had to like, not that it's over right now. Like this isn't me like, the next 24 hours.
I feel like I was always lucky that like a lot of influential and like cool people thought I was cool and liked me because I got to do stuff that like someone of my
I think this thing fairly
talent or skill level maybe shouldn't have.
Okay.
But they're like, oh, we like that. We'll bring him.
Yeah.
We'll do this. Like,
I think you're just a genuinely fun guy to be around.
thanks, man.
Yeah. No, like I've always enjoyed our conversations. You and I just kind of like talking shit or whatever it is, it's back and forth. But that I think goes so much further than anything else does, because people are like, oh, I enjoy this person being around, so therefore if I'm going to do something, I want to bring people who are enjoyable to be around to do that thing. So I've got friends who there's plenty of people I'd rather go drifting with that are just a good hang as opposed to a good driver.
Yeah.
Because you show up to the track and someone's just annoying or bitchy, you're like, I don't care how good you are, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
It's just you whining. So
Yeah.
It's worked out. You had a lot of cool friends. I mean, we all do, but yeah. Last question.
Very quick.
I'm somebody who has perpetuated this, unfortunately, but from being a native Floridian, how do you feel about the influx of people coming here, specifically in regards to drifting? I'm sure you have an opinion about us Canadians coming down and making your real estate expensive. For the record, I'm renting, so I'm not a part of the problem. But how do you see that as something being like, shit, like, is it this was kind of our thing, or are you like, no, this is great, now we have the scene to develop?
As far as people coming down for drifting, I love it. Like, I feel like we've now, we need to catch up as far as like what we're doing with tracks and what we're doing for driving.
Right.
This and that. Like, there's so many cool, influential people here now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we need to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need to cater to them a little bit more.
Right.
We need to, like, like Tommy is trying his best to do stuff at OSW, but there's some roadblocks he's dealing with.
Yeah.
But like, we need to cater to them. Like, we have one of the most popular automotive YouTubers that's also one of the most popular Formula D drivers. That's also one of the best Formula D drivers.
Who has an entire compound full of cars and friends that are coming over.
And also a Formula D champion that lives 20 minutes from him.
Right.
All right here. And like, why aren't we doing more?
Like, on top of everybody else, Rad Dan over on the other coast.
Yeah, Rad Dan's over in Tampa, Homosassa area.
Yeah.
Duarte Drift HQ, like, they're all there. Like, there's so much we could be doing, and we're just falling short because I think we're comfortable. We're just like, oh, whatever, it's here. We have plenty of people at events, and it's fine. When it's like, yeah, but isn't it a problem when you notice, like, Duarte and Adam and Chelsea are, when they go to drive, they drive 18 hours to New Jersey to drive.
Right.
Instead of driving 20 minutes. There's just more that can be done. And like,
I agree.
Like, I know Leadfoot's there now with like, and they're getting like the Tampa draw, but like, I've never been. I don't know for a fact. I've just heard some stories about like, maybe they mismanage a little bit of like.
It's relatively new, so it's going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I know seat time's like a big problem.
Yeah.
But I mean, same as OSW. There's so many people in such a small area. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I just think there needs to be. And the craziest thing is, I don't think having more events is the answer. I think it's restructuring the events.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Possibly more events, but more events in the sense of like, hey, we're gonna do a C-class only event.
Yes.
Just C-class.
That's it.
No B, no A, no like, well, I drive A now, but like, I used to drive, no, none of that, just C-class. The dudes that are like working it out, figuring it out.
Yeah.
And offer them a skid pad layout, but then also on the oval track, be like, hey, there's 2 different like figure 8 areas.
Yeah.
Go mess around. Go
That's it. Just.
Why props?
I think you can
I
do
agree
that.
with that. Yeah.
I think like, it's hard to do A-class only events because when it's A-class only, there's only so many, and everybody gets so excited that they go out, they burn their tires off, and like, if you did an A-class only event, you could do a 4-hour event, and everybody get their seat time beat on at least.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, there's just more that everybody could be doing.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would love to see one more track. I would love to see a road circuit. I think that's missed here.
Yeah.
Because almost every other region has at least one good road course where you can just go out and run. We've got what? There's a track at Daytona, I believe, in the infield, but like.
Yeah, Daytona infield's not great.
Okay.
There's a go-kart track in Daytona that might be cool, but it's weird.
And then it's like Sebring, but I don't know if they've allowed anything on track. They've got their skid pad. I did an event there. I had a blast. Seat time was great.
Yeah, like Sebring's not really interested in drifting.
Yeah.
In the sense of letting us run on the other parts. They're kind of cool with those 2 sections that Chris Jackson does.
Yeah.
Which are cool, but it's like not really a road course. Like,
yeah.
You're on the track and off the track.
Yeah. I do think that is like the one thing that's missing from here is like a solid road circuit where you can go out and learn like a big ass corner and how to handle that.
There's the firm up by Gainesville, but like, it's really just not too great for drifting.
Okay.
Like there are sections you can drift, but it's not like the whole thing. And
it's not like a Willow or something like that where you're like, you can just run this track. There's maybe a straightaway to cool down and then you're just back into it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day someone will build one.
Hopefully.
Building in Florida, I've learned, is a logistical nightmare with the land management stuff, building permits, and then just trying to build a steady structure on top of water. It's just a pain in the ass.
And there's a lot of like wildlife too. And unfortunately, the home development people can somehow get around it, and they're killing lots of animals, which is terrible.
Right.
Like, killing wetlands, which is terrible.
Yeah.
But like, there's places that could have a road course that wouldn't really impact wildlife.
Yeah.
That would be sick, but it's just like the money, and then people are like, yeah, but I can sell this to this development company and they'll give me $1 bajillion.
Yeah, and put 600 homes on it where you want to put a 2-mile road course. Yeah.
It's tough.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I love the Florida drift scene. I was super happy with how quickly I was welcomed in, and not just because of what I do, but like just genuinely. And like, I think because there's so many big stars here that there's nobody, you're just like, oh, you know, Adam's here. Like, it's not like everybody's rushing him. You get the odd person who maybe like lingers a little longer than they should. That's fine, they'll learn. But like, it was really nice to just come in and people are like, you just came here to drive. We don't give a shit about anything else. Just come and drive. You're respected the same way, but you're also not given anything above anybody else. Right. Which not something I ever wanted, but like, I have been to events and I have been to tracks that are like, oh, but he's just going to run whatever group he wants because this is it. It's like, that does not happen here.
Yeah, and like a lot of it, especially at OSW, I put it into that when I was running it.
Yeah.
Because there'd be times I'd have my FD car there, and I'd be working, and I'd go, oh, I'm going to go drive.
Yeah.
And I would hop my FD car, and I'd just cut the line. So I'd be like, I got 2 minutes to drive. I'd go drive, and then like a couple people got bothered by it. I go, you're right, that sucks. So I'd be like, hey, I'm going to go drive. Give me 10 minutes. And I'd set line, do a lap, come on. I go, no more of the skipping the line. No more choosing what you want to do. Like, we're going to be cool. We're going to be, like, if this dude has to sit for 20 minutes between a lap, that means I have to sit 20 minutes. Like, I just think
the playing field.
It's only right. So.
No, it's been good, man. Any last plugs? Anything else you want to cover? I think we cranked out like almost 3 hours.
Really?
It's 1:45.
Wow.
Which way up? Any answer? Good first line.
No?
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess I don't really have sponsors anymore, but I have
Shit's
people.
at Texas Roadhouse.
I'm willing. But no, I have people that help me, and I really appreciate it. Like, BC Racing always helps me. That's sick. Love them for that. Love Cody. Love Pete. Kansai Wheels. Waiting for those chrome KMPs. They're gonna be sick. Just let me know when they're ready.
Wait, dude, chocolate butter sack.
I don't know. I'm probably forgetting somebody that's gonna upset. And now I feel bad that I named 2 instead of all the rest of them. Thanks, Sean, for getting me into drifting.
There you go. Just send me a message. We'll run like a credit scene. Special thanks from Pat. Sick, dude. Well, this is definitely the most unique one I've had, but I have a feeling we have to do this more often.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you and I just having dinner together, but also podcasts and restaurants.
Yeah, dude.